as Martinez did against Zurich. And they leave you breathless. You know, every round after round, you're just amazed by what you're seeing. And Gamboa can do that, but he does it in spots. He doesn't consistently leave you that way. But as you mentioned, they're a little farther along in their pro careers than him.
Hard right hand by Gamboa momentarily wobbled Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon walked into it. This is the kind of fighter he is. If you hurt him, he wants to come back and hurt you right now.
I think more than get hurt is just his bad balance. That was when he was throwing one of those looping punches and was off balance and got hit. But I don't think he was ever seriously hurt at all.
And that may be the point he's trying to make.
And Gamboa, for a pretty slick guy, does like to mix it up. His instinct is to exchange. And it sometimes cost him, like you just seen.
As you said, Max, Gamboa fights in spurts. He shows greatness in spots, and then he takes off. But he had over 300-something amateur fights. It was a phenomenal amateur background.
And maybe that's why, Emmanuel, maybe too many amateur fights in that
they get
terrible
the
amateur
and
style.
They get a hit on the point, and they take off. They say, well, you know, you're up 8-2. So they just take off and rest for a while and run to keep the points up.
And Gamboa's natural temperament, I think, is of a professional fighter. But if you have 300 fights under a certain system, it can leave an impact, an imprint on the way you fight.
But I tell you what, Ponce de Leon has got his attention tonight. I can tell you that. He's taking the best shots from Gamboa, and he's coming right back and actually landing a lot of clean blows right now at this time.
Well, anyone who doesn't respect Daniel Ponce de Leon is going to get his teeth rattled. He comes to bring everything he's got. And there's Harold's point. The looping punch from Ponce de Leon did some damage to Gamboa, but not as much damage as did Gamboa's straight, sharp right hand on the chin. Perfect illustration of what Harold Letterman told you before.
Ponce has his respect to the point, though, where Gamboa throws one crisp right hand and then gets out of there rather than follow up with a combination.
Good body shot by Ponce de Leon. Tune in Saturday, October 22 for a busy night of boxing on HBO. First up at 10 p.m., the premiere of 24/7 Pacquiao Marquez. Then at 10:30 p.m. on Boxing After Dark, Filipino sensation Nonito Donaire defends his bantamweight title against Omar Narvaez of Argentina, moving up from junior bantamweight. Immediately following Boxing After Dark, you can catch an encore presentation of 24/7 Pacquiao Marquez, our unfiltered look inside both fighters' lives and training camps as they prepare for their November 12 showdown on HBO pay-per-view.
Try and keep your left ready to throw and kill him. All right? Remember that you can throw that straight shot to the body, and then you can finish off with that swing.
So here are some more relatively even CompuBox numbers. Power shots in the 5th round. Gamboa landed 15 of 29. Ponce de Leon landed 15 of 35.
Over that corner, over that corner. Hey, give me a cloth, give me a cloth. Give me a towel. Give me a towel. Yes, over that corner right there.
Both fighters are in the fight, but if one fighter wins every round by small margins, he's got a shutout.
And I don't really care how many they throw, it's how many they land. They land the same number of punches.
Yep.
I agree with Harold, though, Gamboa's are more effective.
Well, and I mean, we saw that illustration in the middle of the last round. It was a perfect comparison. As Ponce de Leon landed what he wanted to land. It just wasn't that as effective a punch as what Gamboa brought back. Max, as we watch Yuriorkis Gamboa and Daniel Ponce de Leon, midway through the 6th round of their fight, you recently did the sit-down face-off with Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez. How was that?
And Freddie Roach and Nacho Beristain in front of a giant TV screen showing highlights of their first 2 fights.
Tremendous.
Very interesting, especially when they got up and agreed to be posed in certain positions at key moments, and their trainers came and repositioned them where they would rather their fighters have been.
Marquez has been saying, Manny knows I beat him twice.
Well,
Manny may not feel exactly that way.
In terms of rounds, I think he did win more rounds, take the knockdowns out of the equation. But when you put the knockdowns in it, definitely not. They had 4
That's
knockdowns.
what won the fight
That's
for
what
Pacquiao.
won the fights, yeah. That's what got those.
That's what won the second fight. The first one was a draw. Good quick left hook inside by Gamboa. Ponce de Leon landed his own left hand.
Gamboa is starting to really feel himself in this round. Not only prancing around after hitting De Leon, but then following up with a quick combination to show him, well, I'm able to hit you when I want.
Even though Gamboa's with it, I think he's developing still a respect for Ponce de Leon as his fights went on. Because Ponce de Leon seemed to be pushing him harder than any fight that I've saw him in as a professional fighter.
Absolutely. Ponce de Leon is competing with him every minute of the fight.
And I'm looking at the eyes and the facial expression and reading the vibes from Ponce de Leon. A very determined man. And there's no fear at all, either that much respect for Gamboa.
But it's hard to dent the confidence of Yuriorkis Gamboa. Gamboa is very businesslike in his approach here.
But Gamboa has not proven to Ponce de Leon that he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to do it, as he's proven to many fighters.
Yes, that's the truth. That's the difference here.
Well, that was interesting. Gamboa backed out of an exchange. How many times has that happened? Hard right hand by Gamboa. Found the target from a long distance away. Halfway through. Good fight.
Pick it up a little bit, okay? He ain't got nothing going. Once he getting tired. Okay?
Return those punches to him.
Take a deep breath for that. Deep breath.
You got to press a little bit more.
Okay? You can do it. Right?
Here you see really the short, accurate punches of Gamboa being a lot more effective than Ponce de Leon's. It's just a matter of just like, I guess, just shortness compared to long. And he's looping punches. But right here, you see right here, Ponce de Leon, even when he misses the punch, he loses his balance because he swings his punches. Whereas Gamboa shoots his punches and delivers them where he maintains his balance.
Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Well, Jim, I still have Yuriorkis Gamboa winning this fight. 6-0, 60-54. Yuriorkis Gamboa basically on his power. I mean, you know, the guy just keeps landing the hardest shots from the outside. He's a very good ring general. You know, his distance is perfect. He just keeps the fight far enough so that Ponce de Leon has to use that herky-jerky style, you know, and wave at Gamboa in order to hit him. He's got to get inside to hit Gamboa. Gamboa's real good at keeping distance. He does that very well. Round 6, Gamboa did a couple of different things. He went southpaw. He used that, you know, his arms across the chest defense. So, you know, he knows what he's doing in there. Very, very smart fighter. 6-0, Gamboa.
The timing of when a fighter beats an opponent is significant in terms of evaluating the quality of the win. Ponce de Leon now, I believe, is a much better fighter than he was several years ago. And at least on Harold's card, here's Gamboa in a less than spectacular performance, winning every round against a fighter who was once quality and whose quality has gotten better in recent years.
Well, a fighter who has held a world title for whatever that might be worth at any given moment. And some of them are completely worthless. Some of them do mean something.
And I think he's better now than he was then.
I agree.
You know, he's got 2 very crafty, fast fighters back-to-back. Right now that he's fighting Gamboa.
And Gamboa's doing better than Broner did.
Broner, that's what I'm saying, and he's doing very well considering that he's such a slow fighter for a small weight division.
I mentioned earlier that Ponce de Leon is a product of an extremely reclusive Indian tribe in Mexico called